What's going on? Today is currently June 16th, 9:19 a.m. We are about to start live trading, so let's get right into it with today's pre-market analysis. Okay, so if we go ahead and take a look at the weekly chart right here, we can see how we have already pushed up quite a bit from Sunday's open. So Sunday's open was around here at 21,772.5. You can see here how this marks the opening of the weekly candle right here at Sunday's open. We've already pushed up quite a bit. We've almost already pushed up to last week's high. So that gives me some confidence that we're going to continue and push up. We might even hit all-time highs this week. Last week I was a bit hesitant on whether or not we were going to reach all-time highs, given that we had a large rejection here. But with this open, we could potentially see us push up into all-time highs. Another scenario that could occur is that we push up, sweeping the previous week's high, and then we have this 4-hour fair value up. You'll see here, I can go down into the 4-hour chart in a second, and then we could get a very heavy reaction off of that 4-hour that could push us down back into the range. So we'll see how we react there. It just depends on the aggressiveness of this 4-hour fair value gap and how strong it is to hold us. If it ends up holding us and we don't really get a strong push straight through it, then we will likely just consolidate in that range and then reverse. So let's go ahead and go down into the daily chart. You can see here on the daily chart, we left equal lows right here. However, if we go to ES or even YM, you can see how we didn't really do that. So let me see here. So YM ended up taking out that low. So there is SMT right there, while ES left a higher low, and then NASDAQ left relative equal lows. So that is something to take into account. If we were to look at the range from this low up until this high, we did come down into a discount relative to equilibrium. We did come down into a discount beneath the 50% of this range. So that does tell us that we have a willingness to push up, into a premium, which we currently are in a premium of the range from this low to this high, and that we want to continue and push up higher. So there's a lot of different confluences that are telling us that we could, continue to push up higher. So that is what I'm expecting price to do. Okay, if we take a look at the 4-hour chart, we have this rejection block right here represented by these wicks right here alongside this order block, okay? We came up, we traded into it, we rejected off of it, we failed to take out this low. Now I'm expecting, okay, obviously we took out this high already. I'm expecting price to push and disrespect this rejection block. I no longer want to see it respected. We've already pretty much pushed through majority of it. This current 4-hour candle closes in about 37 minutes. We do have about 7 minutes remaining until market open. So I want to see us continue to push up. Ideally, I would like this 4-hour candle to close above this liquidity right here, but we'll see how market open treats us. Okay, looking here again, I was trying to teach you guys this last week, but I totally forgot to do it. I think I briefly mentioned it. It's called wick theory, where we can expect reactions off of the 50% of wicks. So you can see here how this buy side liquidity aligns almost perfectly with the 50% of this wick. So we already got a reaction off of this wick, which demonstrates that it's pretty much mitigated. So if we're going to see higher prices, I want to see price aggressively display straight through this wick, okay, the 50% and the high of this wick. On a lower time frame, this wick is going to represent a imbalance or a gap of some sort. So I do want to see price push up through it because it's already been revisited. So if we're actually going to push up higher, I want it to push up straight through this area. Now, if we aren't going to push up higher from here and we're going to come back down into the range, then this wick needs to remain intact. Again, there is a possibility, there are multiple scenarios. I said that this wick represents the high of last week. So there could be some sort of SMT across ES YM, and NASDAQ, where one of the correlated assets could take out last week's high, and that could result us in pushing down lower. So we need to monitor that. I'll be monitoring that on my other screen so that I can keep that in check. So if one of the other correlated assets take out last week's high and maybe NASDAQ fails to do so, which is what I would prefer to see, then that could tell us that, okay, we're going to come back into the range. If you look right here, we have a very large new week opening gap that I will mark out right here that could potentially get revisited this week. So this is a new week opening gap that we could come back down and revisit, considering that we just aggressively displaced up higher. We had pushed up straight from yesterday up until right now. At the highest high, we have about 290 points, over 1,000 ticks, 1,161 ticks up until that high. So that is quite a large range. If we go ahead and look at the economic calendar for today, we had 8 o'clock news and we also had 8:30 news. We don't really have anything else that's high impact for the rest of the day, so we're good in regards to that. Again, we only had 8:30 news on Forex Factory. Remember, if you're trading on alpha futures, you need to be using Financial Juice as your source of news, and if there's anything that's indicated as red, either with a red dot or with a red lightning bolt like here, you need to avoid trading within 2 minutes before and after. If you're already into a position, you can hold throughout it, but if your position gets stopped out or your take profit gets hit during that time, the 2 minutes before or after, you will be in violation of one of their rules and they won't allow you to get a payout. It's happened to me before, so just keep that in mind. It's best just to avoid trading 2 minutes before or after. That's pretty much what I like to do. Let's go ahead and see if... Oh, okay. See, I didn't even look at ES or YM. Okay, so this is great right now that I'm looking at this. ES already took last week's high. We're gonna push down. We're definitely pushing down right at open. Even if you look at YM, it's nowhere even near. Yeah, YM is the lagging one, so it's definitely, we could get a push. Okay, that's good to know.
I'd like to get as far away from these all-time high ranges as possible.
Yeah, we don't like all-time high ranges.
It's difficult.
Becomes a pain in the ass to trade.
You have no targets for higher prices. It just makes everything hell, and I just stick to standard deviation when we're in these all-time high ranges.
All right, market open just occurred. Let's go ahead and wait and see what happens. Again, we are in no rush to click any buttons right now. We're just waiting for price to show us something that is worth us putting on risk. Looking back in hindsight, this could have been a trade for you to take, but it's Monday. Market open just happened. We shouldn't be in any rush. Wow. Price is just pushing. Okay, so given that we just pushed up this aggressively at open, it's very likely that we continue to push at least for the next couple of hours. So we're already very, very close to this wick. In my head, there's no reason why we don't end up taking it out. So right now, it's best to just wait and sit on your hands, and then we will see if an entry is offered. We just took out the liquidity right here. This was an entry that I saw pre-market, but I didn't end up taking it because I missed it. I saw it like right here. But this could have been a great entry right here, targeting wherever. Chris, if you have any comments to make, you're more than welcome to say anything you want.
Yeah, I got it. I'm kind of just waiting for this high to get swept because it's one of my levels that I pay attention to.
For those of you guys that don't know Chris, he's one of my head coaches here. So if you have any questions, he's a great person to speak with. Ideally, I wouldn't touch anything until this 5 minute candle closes.
It also would probably be beneficial just to stay off the 1 minute today. Just in this range, 5 minute entries are kind of going to be your safer options.
Yeah, we have this order block right here. Yep. I was just outlining stuff on the 1 minute just to see. Would have gone stopped out, hence why I didn't take it. This is something that I'm looking at right here. I don't think we're gonna hit that entry until the next 15 minute opens. Just because if we go on the 15 minute, yeah, we might not even hit that at all. But if we look at the 15 minute, this candle would need to close first before we even come back down into this area. That 5 minute order block and that 15 minute order block line up pretty much together. So we want to wait until then. Price can definitely run from here because we've already rebalanced this area, but for me, I'm not comfortable taking any trade right now, so I'm just gonna sit on my hands. I'm looking at that 15-second. There was a potential entry that we could have taken right here with your stop loss right here. But for me, because we haven't come down and touched this order block, it wasn't high probability. So I don't want to take it. We want to just watch price. If we're actually going to push up from here, then these down close candles are going to support price and push us higher. Again, you should be in no rush to click any buttons. We're just watching and monitoring price. If we're actually going to push up from here, then this order block is going to support price. I've had so many instances where I try to force a trade right here when we're in the premium of the range, and then I get wrecked for it to just come back down into here. So that's why I'm just monitoring price right now. We still have 1 minute and 48 seconds remaining in this 15-minute candle. There is a possibility that we do end up taking out this low before pushing up and making the move for the day. Because if we were actually going to push up from here, we would have already taken out this buy side liquidity, which we haven't taken yet. So it's best to wait. If we take a fib from this low up to this high, we're still in the premium. So we want to sit on our hands. Okay, the new 15-minute candle just opened, but it didn't form a wick on the opposing side. It just started pushing up from here. Ideally, what I'd like to see is for either this current 15-minute candle to come back down and sweep that low that we have outlined right here, or for us to wait for the next 15-minute candle to maybe offer us some sort of IOFED. There is also a possibility where we don't take out this low. I'm looking at the 1-minute chart right now, and we only come in and sweep this low right here. Either way, I don't like the way that price is moving right now. It's like it's moving, it's pushing up, but it's consolidated. It's double-sided right now. I mean, not double-sided in the sense that we don't know where it's going, but it's not moving to our target with displacement aggressively. The only displacement we really had was right at open. We did take out last week's high. So now that we took out last week's high, that's typically an area where we can expect price to react off of. It's a PD array. Old highs and lows are PD arrays. So we can expect price to come back down into the range a little bit, which is exactly what I wanted to see. We also just tapped into the discount low of the current 4-hour fair value gap. That's right here. So this is playing out perfectly. If we're actually going to continue up higher from here, this low right here is not going to get violated. Why? Because this low right here is an institutional order flow entry drill on the 1 hour. Right here. Damn. I knew it. I literally said we could sweep this low and then reverse and push up higher. I missed my entry. Did anybody take that?
Nah, I literally looked away for 1 second.
Yeah.
I fucking missed it.
Same thing. I was too busy looking at this low. I missed my entry. I did not expect it to push up that fast.
Yeah, I wanted a little bit deeper of a retracement than we got.
I knew, I had a feeling that it was just going to hit off this wick. So that's unfortunate, but most people will revenge trade, try to, chase entries, whatever. That's not what we're doing here.
If anything, also staying on the market when the 1 minute has these massive wicks on both sides of the candle, it's just something you just kind of have to wait for the market to clear itself up and
correct.
Wait it out.
I want to see price come back down into here. I want to see this low taken. And then I'll be looking to go long.
I'm looking for this inversion to get retested, so that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, same. If we get a push above here, I'm going to get in. I want to see price push up because I personally don't think, there we go. Yep. I had my limit order set right there. Perfect. Stop loss is right there. Damn, that was aggressive as shit. I am up a lot of money right now. That is crazy. Okay. I need price to continue to push up from here.
Yo, thank you, Chris. Good morning.
You're welcome.
Whoa. What is happening?
I want to see price continue to push up here. I want to see the previous 1 minute candle taken right here. This high right here needs to get taken right now. I've trailed my stop loss to here, and I'm actually gonna move my stop loss right here. Once we get a push above the previous 1 minute candle, I'm trailing aggressively. I'm gonna trail right here. I don't wanna see this candle's low violated. I'm up almost 200 ticks, 50 points. I'm trading across 23 accounts right now between Apex and Alpha. I'm about to get out right here because I'm pretty content with my profits. And they can continue to push up and I really could care less. Okay, I'm out, full close. It's gonna continue to run. I don't really care. I have trailing drawdown, I'm good. That was a beautiful trade. Easy, pushed very, very aggressively, very, very quickly. One and done, I'm done for today. Wow, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We waited patiently. Everything executed according to plan. It can continue to run. It's gonna continue to run, that's fine. But for me, I'm good. I'm done for the day. I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna continue, sit on here and narrate price for you guys, but I'm done trading. Did anybody catch that?
I got in a little late, but yeah.
Okay, so I wanna explain something because Chris and I were both waiting for price to come back into this inversion right here. Okay, we were also waiting maybe for it to hit this gap. Okay, I did not like how we failed to take out this high with this specific candle right here, and then we didn't take out this candle's low. But when I went onto the 5 minute chart and I saw how that candle's low had actually completely rebalanced the previous 5 minute candle, and then we displaced away from it, immediately my eyes drew to this as the draw. So no longer did I want to see that gap on the 1 minute revisited. So that's when I had the confidence, okay, we're likely going to push up from right here, especially when we swept this down close candle and then formed this one right here. I had my limit order set, my stop order set right above this candle's high here, indicating a change in the state of delivery once we push through it. So right here, once this candle pushed through with aggressive displacement, it executed my trade and then we pushed up. And then I just secured my profits here. I didn't want to be greedy. I was up 200 ticks. My goal for every single day is to catch 50 points because I know that if I can catch 50 points a day, I will never have to go to work a day in my life. That's all you need. Literally, all you need. Even if you just do that 2 times a week, you will never have to go to work again. I just made $884 with one contract across 23 accounts. That's $20,000. That's $20,000 in less than 4 minutes of work. I don't need to be risking much. When you have so many accounts, you don't need to risk much. You can literally risk the bare minimum, do your base hits, and you're good. And then you just stack accounts, build buffers, and then take payouts consistently. And that's all you need. Easy dubs. Do you guys mind muting your mics, please? Okay, right now I want to see, okay, so this technically right here is not a gap, a typical fair value gap, but because there's a large wick behind it, we can use it as a gap. Remember, we can use wicks as gaps. So see how it's reacting off of here? Boom, it's pushing up aggressively. That's wonderful. You could have taken a trade right off of here, stop loss right here. And then you can hold it for wherever you want to hold it until. Right now, if I was in this trade, my stop loss would be pretty much at break even. I want to give a huge shout out to my student Hashir Mahmoud. He was struggling. Like, he was at the point where he told me, like, I'm done. I'm going to quit trading. Okay, he got fired from his job. He got in a car accident. He just had so much external things going on. I haven't texted him since April. April 24th was the last time we just texted. He just told me now that he received a $6,000 payout from Alpha Futures. That is fantastic, considering that he wasn't even making $2,000 a month from his job. So for him to make 3 months of his entire salary in one payout simply by following exactly what I instructed him to do day by day. I gave him an entire plan laid out. Step by step. You can go watch the recording. I have it recorded in the Discord somewhere. And he was able to, make 3 months of his entire salary. If that isn't motivation for every single one of you guys in here right now to stick to it, even if it's hard, it's not going to be easy. He was literally on the verge of quitting. He asked me, Andrew, can I get my money back for the mentorship? I told him no, because I don't do that. But 2, I told him, you already invested in yourself. You already took the risk. You already invested in your education. You already invested in the mentorship. Stick to it. And he did that. And here he is. He's getting payouts. $6,000. That is a lot of money. Wow. I'm very proud of him. Good job, bro. Okay. If we want to see continued higher prices from here, we want to see these down close candles supporting price. It seems like today is going to be a crazy, just up range, push up day. We're not going to get too many retracements on the higher time frame, which is totally fine. We can utilize the lower time frame to get in on entries. Ideally, if we're going to continue to push up, I want to see this low respected. Notice how when we are in bullish order flow, down close candles are going to support price. Okay, I want to see this high taken right here.
Damn, that shit just pushing up.
Yep.
I took that long on that retrace right there, so.
Right here?
It was definitely it was a 1 minute retest with heavy bullish order flow today.
Yeah. I want to see price continue up. We might hit. Let me see. Damn. We have we have this high right here.
I'm waiting.
In all honesty, there's no rush. If you don't find a trade today because you missed the move, that's totally fine.
Oh yeah, no rush, bro. No trades yet for me.
I'm done for the day. Khalas, I'm done. I'm good. I'm content.
I want to see this 5-minute FG.
I'm gonna go back to the 5 minutes so I can show you guys. Let's see what happens here. If we don't get a good push up above this previous 5-minute candle, then we're likely going to come back down into the range. Ideally, I'd like to see it hold though. So far, we're doing really good.
Did we take Friday high?
We took out last week's high. We took that out. And ES took it out far before NQ did.
It's definitely gonna retrace.
We'll see. If we don't take out this previous 5-minute candle's high, we're gonna retrace down lower. I'm gonna clean up my charts a bit. I'm gonna remove my trade from here. There is a possibility we do come down into this wick and offer an IOFED. We could sweep this candle's low right here. So just be mindful of that. It's important to blend both the higher time frame and the lower time frame together. We have 1 minute and 37 seconds remaining. If this candle does not close bullish, and you're in this trade, I would recommend you get out.
That's what I'm doing. I'm closing if it doesn't close bullish.
Yeah. Just because I don't like the way that I mean, either way, the risk is pretty small, especially with here. Your risk is only like $400 with one contract, so it's not too much. Yeah, it just hit it. Okay. We just hit the IOFED, so I mean, either way, we still could be good. There's a possibility that we do push up from here now.
Yeah, that's the 5-minute rolling imbalance.
Yes, correct. It's not a typical imbalance, but because there's a wick, we can use it as one. That would have been a great entry right here. Stop loss beneath here.
Oh, I don't trust it though.
Yeah, it's not the highest probability one because we could come down a little bit deeper into here and even down into here, but it's something to consider. Again, when you're not too certain about where price is going, simply outline it, okay? Notice here how I'm just outlining. I'm not clicking any buttons. I'm not taking any trades. I'm simply monitoring price to see, okay, if this candle closes with a larger wick and potentially a bullish close, then okay, I can enter. See, I don't like how it did that. We closed within here. If we were going to push, we would have already pushed through here. Now, there is a possibility we could still push up higher, but right now, we're not in a high probability environment. So I want to wait. I don't want to click any buttons. I want to wait for price to indicate to me that we're actually going to continue up higher right now at this moment. We know where the draw is. We know that we want to see higher prices, but right now where we currently are, that may not be the case. So for me, if you're not already in this trade, I don't recommend you getting in. So just sit on your hands and wait. Now, if we do go down into the 1 minute time frame and we do get a nice bullish close above this candle's high, okay, that's confirmation that we're going to continue up higher. Okay, so we want to wait and see. We did respect this low. We formed equal lows right here.
Yeah, I almost got one tick to equal low, but I'm still in.
Yeah, right here. See? It's still,
There's
for
no
me,
entry here. No way, bro. No way.
you can kind of get in, but it's like still, it's not the highest probability. Again, we want to wait and see. Right now, if you're...
The only reason I'm in is because I have light risk on this one, so...
Probably wait till 10:30 for me.
Yeah, if you're in this trade right now, I'd say put your stop loss beneath this low. There's no need for us to violate this low if we're actually going to push up. Even, you can put it at this low right here. Because if we're actually going to push up, there's no reason for us to violate the low of this up close candle. I want to see aggressive displacement. Perfect. Now I need to see a close through this blue line right here. Good. That's what I like to see. I want to see price continue to push up from here. Now I want to see this buy side right here taken.
That's a protected low now, so.
Yes, exactly. Now this low should not get taken. If you're in this trade, you can even comfortably trail to break even. There's no need for price to come back down into this area. I want to see price push straight through this high right here.
Damn, look at that push.
My TP1 is 22,200 at these 1 hour swing highs.
Right here? Yep. Perfect. Right there. 22,200. That's a beautiful TP right there. 200 ticks. Again, that's all you need. One of these a day, and you don't have to work a job.
Fine, bro.
I'm
Beautiful.
with two, taking one off at that high and leaving a runner, trailing stop zone.
Yeah, you're trading with 2 contracts, right?
Yeah, I just closed one.
Cool. You can take off a partial right here if you're in with multiple contracts, either with micros or minis. And then we want to continue to see price push up. If we go to the 1 hour chart, you can see how we slightly rebalanced the previous 1 hour candle, and then we began pushing aggressively up higher. Okay, look right here. Okay, look, I want to show you guys something. Okay, if we're actually going to continue up higher from here, notice how the new 15-minute candle just opened. I want to see us slightly rebalance the previous 15-minute candle's range and then aggressively push up through the high right here. That's what I want to see right there. I'm going to delete all these annotations. I don't want to see this previous 15-minute candle's low violated if we're actually going to push up. I want this to remain a breakaway gap. Why? Because this candle right here just pushed through this 4 hour fair value gap. This 4 hour fair value gap in the opposing direction. It's a bearish PD array that we just completely disrespected and closed above. So there's no need for price to come back down here and retest this area. I want this 15-minute candle to remain a breakaway gap. I want to see price continue to push up higher, up until 22,245.5. That is my next target. Okay, so we want to see continued higher prices from here. I don't want to see any hesitation to continue up higher.
Do you think we hold this 5 minute OB?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I want to see this 5 minute order block right here needs to hold.
I'm at break even, so I don't care. But after we sweep 22,200, then I'm trailing aggressively all the way up till 22,245. That's my final TP.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't take any trades.
It's okay. There's no need. If you didn't find an entry, you don't need to force anything. Like for me, I could have taken another trade. I could have entered in that same trade that Chris took, but why would I risk giving back my profits for the day when I've already taken a win? You only need 1 win a day. You really don't even need 1 win a day. You only need like 2 wins a week, and you don't have to work a job. A lot of us are too focused on chasing a payout now. The prop firms are created for us to fail. They don't want us to win. The prop firm industry is a business, right? Their whole entire goal is for them to collect as much money as they possibly can from your evaluation fees. And the way they do that is by putting all of these strict rules for payouts. For example, Apex, you need 8 days traded consistently to get a payout. Top Step, you need 5 winning days of $200. So when you see yourself having a large day, maybe 1 day out of the week, you have a really good day. You're like, I really want to take that money out. So you start forcing trades on other days, trying to hit your minimum target of trading days. And that results in you blowing your account, losing money that you shouldn't have lost simply because you were in a rush to take a payout. If it takes you 2 weeks to get a payout and you still end up getting 4,000 or 5,000 a payout in 2 weeks, that's more than your job is going to pay you anyways. So just be patient. You only need a couple trading days a week, a couple profitable days, and you're good to go. You don't have to work a job. Keep that in mind. That's the mindset shift that you need to have. Go on to every single day telling yourself you're going to be patient. You're going to wait for your setup. If the market moves without you, it moved. It moved almost 300, 400, 500 ticks right at open. We didn't stress about it. We didn't worry about it. We waited for price to show us clean entries in our direction so that we can take it and that we can, profit off of it in the right way.
Yeah. Yeah, they make money off of you by
And
fading.
getting the push we want to see here now.
Perfect. We just pushed up through this high. Now I don't want to see the 50% of this order block right here violated. I want to see the 50% of here hold up. There's no reason for us to come back down into here.
Yeah, we going straight to that daily.
This
Yeah,
is
I'm leaving this one to run.
Yeah, good idea.
I'm up
At least
800
50%.
unrealized right now, but
At least
it's
50%.
a high conviction trade, so.
50% of that daily wick will be a target as well. We just took buy side, so probably expect.
Yeah, I do want that 5 minute to close above, though.
Expect
We should, yeah.
How was your weekends?
it was good. I spent time with family.
Nice.
Busy weekend, yeah.
How was yours?
Yeah, it was Father's Day, bro.
Yeah, you're a father, bro. Happy Father's Day to you.
Man. Thank you, bro. Yeah, we did some barbecue, spent the time with the family.
¿Te encanta shawarma?
Oh, that was a Friday, bro.
Dang, I need to come see you, man. That shawarma looks so good.
Yeah, we got good stuff over here in Boston.
Just text me.
We'll definitely do a meetup, bro. I would love to meet you guys.
For sure, of course. We can do like an event maybe in in the next maybe year or so.
Yeah. Miami and Vegas would be the easiest ones.
Yeah, we can all meet up in Miami once, everyone gets a few good payouts. We're good with our bills. Everyone's good caught up. We can have a meetup down in Miami. That would be amazing. We all go, I'll take you guys out. We can go on a boat, enjoy some time, have,
That'd be lit, bro.
that'll be a lot of fun for everyone. I know a lot of students as well are overseas. So, maybe we can arrange something. We can have maybe 2 different meetups if we want to have one maybe out in Europe or the UK. And then we can have one in Miami as well so that, all the students can meet each other as well. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we could do Italy or something. Nice up there.
Europe isn't expensive. The only thing that costs a lot is really just the flight. But if you're already in Europe, you can take trains and stuff to go from country to country. So it's not too expensive.
Yeah, I've been to Sweden and Denmark.
Oh, that's nice. Chris wants himself a Eastern European girl.
I need me a Russian wife. Gotta find her. Got
Bro,
there.
Miami's dangerous for me, bro. I'm married.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm practically
I lived out there, dude. It's something.
I'm practically married too, so I mean shit. Chris knows my situation. I'm locked in. I can't leave.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I'll be locked in.
Yeah,
I'm a free man. I got no restrictions.
That's good, bro. Stack that money.
I got that.
If this candle right here doesn't close bullish above the previous 5-minute candle, we might come back down and retest that order block, which is fine, and we can end up sweeping this low right here. But again, I don't want to see a body close beneath the 50% of this order block right here, because otherwise it's going to tell us that we're gonna come back down into the range, which is not what I want to see if we're going to have higher prices.
Yeah, I'm looking for a retracement here.
Yeah, my break even is at the 50% of that order block, so I could get tagged at a break even. It is what it is if I do, but that should be respected after it comes into it. If we do. I ideally don't want to see this previous 5-minute low get violated, but it looks like we probably will.
Yeah. Definitely, I want to see a retracement right now. If we close below these candles right here.
I did want that to remain as a breakaway, but obviously a 5-minute order block is a higher draw than a 1-minute breakaway gap, but we'll see.
Oh. Looks like it's gonna break.
That's fine. We can sweep that low right there on the 5-minute, as long as we don't get a body closure beneath the 50%, and I don't want to see this low right here violated at all.
Yeah. that shit. It's holding.
You wanted to break, I wanted to hold.
No, I'm just watching. It's trying to break this volume imbalance on the 5 minute. 1 minute left.
If you take a look at the 15-minute, we've rebalanced the previous 15-minute candles range. We've also barely, we didn't even tap this. Yep, perfect. I want to see price push up from here.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly what I wanted. Now it just needs to rally because we've rebalanced this entire range.
If you're in this trade right now, you can comfortably trail your stop loss beneath this low right here. Hold up.
What is this bounce, bro?
If we get a nice push up, above this high right here, you can trail your stop loss beneath this low, but only trail it once we get a push through that high.
That's what I'm waiting on. I'm still at break even.
You can, just wait for price to push up through here. And once we get a push through this high right here, you can trail your stop loss right here. Otherwise, we're probably going to come back down into that 5 minute order block. So we want to just wait and monitor price. There's 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this 15-minute candle. I want to see price continue to push up. But again, do not chill your stop loss here until price pushes up above this high. Because this low right here is not considered a protected low until a new structural high has been created.
Yes, sir.
Right now, we're respecting this really, really tiny order block right here. That's not saying that you should enter short. Again, you don't want to enter in the opposing direction of narrative. That's, although you can get some moves, it's not the highest probability trades. We want to be in line with higher time frame order flow.
You don't want to take trades that go against the high time frame draw and liquidity because then you just shoot yourself in the foot at that point. You might catch a small 20, 30 point retracement out of the range, but you're better off just waiting and actually not trading the retracement and then taking the retracement to the actual draw and liquidity.
Correct. Again, if we were to take a fib from this low up until this high, 50% is right here. So unless we get a nice push up right now, okay, we're likely going to come back down to the 50% of the range. So we've already taken out the previous 1 minute candle high. So now, and this one closed bullish, which is good. So I want to see price continue to push up from here. One thing though, that is if you're on a trailing drawdown firm like Apex, you have to trail aggressively. You have to trade aggressively, especially if you're on an evaluation and you haven't built, if you're on eval, it trails the entire time. So if you're on a funded account with a trailing drawdown and you've built a good buffer, you can afford to put your trade at break even and let it run. Otherwise, you need to start trailing aggressively because you don't want to be up $500, $1,000, and then get stopped at a break even because that is considered a loss. So that's why if you see me trailing aggressively, it's because of that. But once I have a good buffer, I've made some decent profits by securing base hits, cool, I'm gonna allow my trades to run.
Yeah, so if I don't trade Apex, so if you trade like me where you take one contract off at internal liquidity and let a runner run for the overall high of day draw and liquidity with your stop at break even, you will get absolutely killed on Apex or take profit trader, at least on the evaluation or on the funded stage. So just definitely keep that in mind.
Okay, so that high was just taken. I no longer want to see this low violated right here. So you can comfortably trail your stop loss right here.
My stop's at 22,172, 22.5. That should not get broken.
You can even trail your stop loss right here, beneath this low.
Damn, that bitch is 180, bro.
Currently up about 900 unrealized.
Nice.
And he's 900 across 3 accounts. So he's up like 3 bands right now.
Yeah, it's like 3 almost. It probably will be 6K today when if I hit my overall high time frame draw. But after we sweep 22,200, if I get some sort of rejection, I'm gonna close. Just because.
Yeah, that's a good target.
Because that's an internal high that could present itself as deep retracement.
Yeah, 231 I see.
Yeah.
230.
I'm most likely going to start trailing to previous candle lows after this high gets taken. So if I get stopped, I get stopped, but just managing risk well. And I do want to closure above 22,200 before I start doing that.
We have a really, really, really tiny volume imbalance right here. So keep that in mind. You want to just, maybe outline it right here. Price could come back down into this area. As price is forming, you want to be marking out specific PD arrays that price could potentially come back down into, just so that you're not surprised when you see some sort of retracement. Right now, price is moving perfectly how we want it to move.
Yeah, I just closed mine.
Perfect. You're up like what, 6K for the day?
No, I'm up. Here, I'll tell you. 2,895 on the day.
Per account?
Across 3 accounts. No. 965 per account, 2,895 total. So
that's good. That's a great day.
I'll take that for a low volatility Monday.
Very, very good.
After the recent events over the weekend.
Yeah, after Israel and Iran are having, they're playing tag right now. They're playing bomb tag.
Yeah. Honestly thought there was a chance of a Black Monday today, but clearly not, so we'll see.
I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. If you guys enjoyed watching this video and you want to see more, go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you're not already following me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me right here at riyadh.andrew. If you want to work with me one-on-one to be able to attend these live streams daily, every single day, you can apply to work with me one-on-one. Again, I appreciate you guys for the support. Road to 10,000 subscribers. I will see you guys in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.